We're diving deep into a very special coin, the 1985 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might not believe it, but this small piece of history could be worth thousands of dollars. Stay tuned to find out how and why. Let's get started. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1985 D. Lincoln penny. Minted at the Denver Mint, this penny features the classic design created by Victor David Brenner, Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These features have remained largely unchanged since the coin was first minted in 1909. But there's a lot more to this penny than just its design. The 1985 D penny was part of a massive mintage, with over 6.1 billion coins struck at the Denver Mint that year. At first glance, it seems like just another common penny, right? Well, here's where the story gets interesting. Most 1985 D pennies are still worth just 1 cent, but the value of certain ones can rise dramatically depending on their condition, unique characteristics, and scarcity. First up, uncirculated 1985 D pennies. These are coins that never made it into circulation, and they're in pristine condition, no wear or damage. A mint condition 1985 D penny can easily fetch between $10 to $20. But what really excites collectors are the rare varieties, pennies with special features that set them apart from the rest. One of the most valuable and sought-after varieties is the double die error or the die crack. These errors occur during the coin's striking process and make the penny stand out. A 1985 D penny with a noticeable doubling or die crack can easily jump to a few $100s, and in some cases, even more. Take a look at this penny. See the slight doubling on the date or Lincoln's features. That's a perfect example of what a double die error looks like. When you find one in mint condition, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Now, how do these errors happen? When the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged or misaligned, it causes the image to appear twice, or leaves cracks in the design. These small imperfections create a rarity, and rarity means value. In fact, a 1985 D penny with an obvious double die error has been sold for over $1,000 at auction. That's a huge jump from its face value. It just goes to show that even the most common-looking coins can have a hidden value. So, where can you find these rare pennies? Keep your eyes peeled at local coin shops, estate sales, and online marketplaces like eBay. But remember, if you think you found a rare one, make sure to get it authenticated by a professional before you start dreaming of those big dollar sales. Also, coin condition is everything. Coins are graded based on their wear and tear, with grades like MS 60, MS 65, and MS 70 representing coins in mint condition. The better the grade, the more you can expect to make. So, if you think your 1985 D penny might be worth something, consider getting it graded. To sum it up, while most 1985 D pennies are worth just a penny, if you have one in exceptional condition or with a rare error, it could be worth thousands of dollars. So, check those pennies and don't overlook the possibility of discovering something truly valuable. We're diving into an exciting find that could be sitting in your coin collection, possibly worth thousands of dollars. The 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Stick around as we explore its history and how you can spot a valuable one. First, let's talk about the history of the 2001 Lincoln penny. This coin, as you probably know, features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. But what makes the 2001 penny so interesting is a small but significant detail: the absence of a mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, but there was a special case in 2001 where a few no-mint mark pennies were produced, and it's this very fact that makes certain 2001 pennies incredibly rare. Now, why is this no-mint mark version so rare? In 2001, the Philadelphia Mint was struck with an error, and a limited number of pennies were produced without a mint mark. Typically, coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint were supposed to have no mint mark, but the significant error happened during the production process. This rarity, combined with the age of the coin, has made these pennies highly sought after by collectors. While the majority of 2001 pennies were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, the number of no-mint mark coins produced that year is estimated to be extremely low, making it a true gem for collectors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? It's simple. The most important thing to check is whether your 2001 penny is lacking a mint mark. Pennies produced in Philadelphia that year didn't carry the D or S mint mark. So if your coin has no mint mark, you're on the right track. Next, condition matters. A penny that's in great shape, say in uncirculated or near mint condition, will be worth significantly more. The more pristine your penny, the higher its value. So, what's the current value of a 2001 no mint mark penny? Well, the standard value for most 2001 pennies is just 1 cent, but if you have one of the rare no mint mark versions in excellent condition, you could be looking at anywhere from $1 to $3 per penny. But here's the kicker, the real value is in the uncirculated or proof versions. A 2001 no mint mark penny in uncirculated condition could fetch anywhere between $500 to $1,000, or even higher, depending on its grade. Cut to auction website or coin sales showing higher-end listings of 2001 no mint mark pennies with high prices. In fact, some high-grade versions have been known to sell for $2,000 or more at auctions. That's right, thousands of dollars for a single penny. First, go through your loose change and look carefully at any 2001 pennies you come across. If you're serious about finding rare pennies, check your local coin shops or online auctions where rare coins are often sold. And remember, the condition of the coin is key. A coin that's been well taken care of will have a much higher value than one that's been worn down by time. Who would have thought that a small detail like a missing mint mark could make such a huge difference in value, right? If you find a 2001 no mint mark penny in your collection, make sure to check its condition and don't hesitate to get it professionally graded to determine its true value. We're diving deep into a coin that has fascinated collectors and investors alike. The 1979 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised to learn that this humble penny could be worth thousands of dollars in certain conditions. Let's start with the basics. The 1979 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. While this coin was produced in large quantities, there are certain factors that make it incredibly valuable today. The 1979 Lincoln penny was part of the U.S. Mint's regular coinage series. It features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and was struck in copper-plated zinc. But what makes this year so special? Show a side-by-side comparison of a regular 1979 D penny and a 1979 D wide AM penny, highlighting the difference in the spacing of the letters. One of the key factors driving the value of the 1979 D penny is the wide AM variety. Now, you may be wondering, what's the difference? Well, in most 1979 pennies, the A and M in America are fairly close together. However, in the wide AM variety, the spacing between the letters is noticeably wider. This variety is rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. A genuine wide AM penny in excellent condition can fetch anywhere from $500 to $2,000 or more, depending on the grade. Another reason the 1979 D penny is valuable is due to the possibility of mint errors. Some 1979 pennies were struck with double die errors or off-center strikes. These types of errors are extremely sought after by collectors, and a coin with a significant mistake can easily be worth thousands of dollars. Like with all coins, condition is key. Coins that have been well preserved, showing little to no wear, are graded higher and are worth more. For example, a 1979 D penny in perfect condition, graded MS 67 or higher, can reach anywhere from $2,500 to even $10,000 at auction. So, how do you know if you've got a valuable 1979 D penny? First, check the mint mark. It should be a D. Then, inspect the spacing between the A and M in America. If you notice the letters are wider apart, you may be holding a wide AM variety. You should also look for any noticeable errors or misprints. So, there you have it. The 1979 D Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but its rare varieties and potential for mint errors make it highly valuable. If you find one in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome coin-related content. And as always, we're diving deep into a rare coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. The 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny might be worth far more than you think, and we'll explore its history, rarity, and the surprising value that has some of these coins worth thousands of dollars today. The 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny was minted in celebration of the United States bicentennial, marking 200 years since the nation's founding. The U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies that year, but the 1976 D penny holds something special. Minted in Denver, the D Mint mark signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most important U.S. mint facilities. Like other pennies produced during this era, the 1976 D penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. But it's the specific characteristics of certain coins from this year that make them highly sought after. Now, here's where things get interesting. While the 1976 D penny is not exceptionally rare in general, certain varieties and misstrikes from this year are fetching jaw-dropping prices at auctions. We're talking about coins with errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies. One of the most valuable varieties of this coin is the 1976 D double die obverse, where the Lincoln portrait and the date are noticeably doubled. This error makes the coin extremely rare and valuable, sometimes selling for thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. A close-up shot of a 1976 D double die penny with the double details highlighted. So, how much is the 1976 D penny worth today? In typical circulation condition, the 1976 D penny is worth only its face value, 1 cent. However, that's far from the whole story. If you happen to find a 1976 D penny with a rare error, especially the double die variety, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $500 to over $10,000, depending on its condition and rarity. Coins in mint condition, especially those with grading like MS65 or higher, can fetch premium prices, especially if they come from collectors or auction houses. The demand for rare Lincoln pennies has been growing, and the 1976 D is one of those coins that has continued to appreciate in value. A chart showing the rising prices of 1976 D pennies with various errors over the past few years. Now, if you're hunting for a valuable 1976 D penny, here are a few tips. First, always check for noticeable mint errors. Look for doubling on the lettering, Lincoln's portrait, or the date. These are the telltale signs of a double die. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to really examine the details. Also, pay attention to the coin's condition. A penny in excellent condition with no wear or damage will be worth significantly more than one that's been circulated and damaged. The coin placed next to a professional coin grading scale. So, there you have it. The 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, while common in circulation, can be a goldmine for those who stumble upon the rare varieties and mint errors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to coin hunting, don't overlook these hidden gems. They could be worth thousands of dollars. We're diving into the history and value of a penny that might be hiding in your collection. The 1972 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's one of those coins that could be worth thousands of dollars. So stay tuned. Now, you might think that a penny from 1972 is just another everyday coin. But what makes this particular year special is its rarity and the potential value it holds for the right collector. Let's start with a quick history lesson. Scene shifts to an animated timeline showing key events in 1972, like the moon landing anniversary, Watergate, and the coin production. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced over 4 billion pennies. However, unlike most years, the 1972 Lincoln penny was struck without a mint mark. That's right, for the first time in a few years, some of the 1972 pennies didn't have the D or S mint mark. Why is this so significant? Well, during this time, the U.S. Mint typically marked pennies with a mint mark to show where they were made, either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1972, Philadelphia struck coins with no mint mark at all. This anomaly is key to understanding why some 1972 pennies are so valuable today. Scene cuts to the host holding a magnifying glass up to a coin, examining it closely. So why does the lack of a mint mark matter? Well, in coin collecting, rarity is king. Most of the 1972 pennies were made in Philadelphia without a mint mark, but the value of these coins skyrockets when you find one that has certain unique characteristics, especially when paired with an error. Some of these 1972 pennies were struck with significant errors, things like double die obverse, where the image of Abraham Lincoln is doubled. These are the pennies that are incredibly rare, and in pristine condition, they can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. Not all 1972 pennies are created equal. When searching through your collection, you want to look for pennies that are well preserved, especially those with noticeable minting errors like the double die or the 1972 no mint mark version. Here's a pro tip. If you find a 1972 penny that has a noticeable doubling in the letters of Liberty or the phrase, "In God We Trust," you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. The rarest of these errors, in uncirculated condition, have been known to sell for as much as $20,000 or more at auction. So, let's break down the value. A regular 1972 penny without errors in average condition might only be worth around 10 to 50 cents. But if you find one in excellent or uncirculated condition, expect to see prices around $2 to $5. A nice bump from face value. Narrator, host on camera, but here's where it gets exciting. A 1972 penny with a double die error, especially in mint condition, can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000 or more. That's right, thousands of dollars for a penny from 1972. Let's talk about how you can spot a valuable 1972 penny. First, check for the mint mark or the lack of it. A genuine 1972 no mint mark penny will have no D or S on the obverse. Next, carefully inspect for any doubling in the lettering or the date itself. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to look for signs of doubling, especially around the word Liberty or the motto, "In God We Trust." If you spot it, congratulations. You may be sitting on a gold mine. Remember, while most 1972 pennies are just worth 1 cent, those rare errors and pristine versions can be incredibly valuable. If you have one, it might be time to take a closer look and get it appraised. So what do you think? Do you have a 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin tips and valuable finds. Camera zooms out with a quick flash of coin prices and auction highlights. We're diving into the fascinating world of one of the most sought-after pennies in history, the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Stick around, because this coin is not only rich in history but also could be worth thousands of dollars. That's right, you might just have one of these hidden in your spare change right now. Before we get into the details, let's quickly talk about the history behind this coin and why it's so special. First off, most coins have a mint mark, usually located on the obverse, near the date. But, as you may have noticed, the 1976 penny in question does not have a mint mark. So, what's the deal with that? Let's rewind the clock to 1976. The United States was celebrating the bicentennial of its independence, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of coins for circulation. However, for some reason, a number of pennies struck that year at the Philadelphia Mint were released without a mint mark. Host: normally, coins produced in Philadelphia, like this one, wouldn't have a mint mark, but because this was such a unique situation, it caught the attention of coin collectors. The lack of a mint mark on the 1976 penny isn't a mistake. It's a rare feature that makes this coin a coveted find. Now, you may be wondering, why does this make the penny worth so much? Well, in coin collecting, rarity is key. The 1976 no mint mark penny was produced in limited numbers, and due to its scarcity, it became highly desirable among collectors. While millions of pennies were made that year, only a fraction were produced without a mint mark, making them more valuable. So, what's the current value of a 1976 no mint mark penny? Well, it varies depending on condition, but it can be worth a lot more than its face value of just 1 cent. A 1976 no mint mark penny in average circulated condition could sell for around $10 to $20. But if you have one in mint state, That means it's in nearly perfect condition with little to no wear. You could see prices climbing anywhere from $100 to $200. But here's where it gets even more exciting. If you find a 1976 no-mint mark penny with an exceptional grade, for example, one with a perfect uncirculated grade or a rare error, such as a double die or other printing mistakes, you're looking at thousands of dollars. Some auctions have seen these coins fetch over $3,000, depending on the rarity of the specific coin. Pretty mind-blowing, right? You could have this coin sitting in your collection or your change jar right now, and it could be worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if your 1976 penny is a no-mint mark? It's simple. Just look at the front of the coin, the obverse. If there's no mint mark beneath the date, no D or S, you've got one of the rarer varieties. Check out the condition of your coin, too. Is it shiny and uncirculated? Is there any visible wear or damage? The better the condition, the higher its value. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves finding hidden treasures in your spare change, the 1976 no-mint mark penny is definitely one to keep an eye out for. So next time you're sifting through your change, take a closer look. You never know when you might discover a small coin with a big payoff. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a very special penny, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This seemingly ordinary coin has a surprising history and is now worth thousands of dollars, but only if you know what to look for. So, let's explore the fascinating story behind this coin and why it's becoming a collector's dream. Let's first take a trip back in time to 1971. The country was in the midst of a transformative era: war, peace movements, and significant economic shifts. That year, the U.S. Mint produced over 4 billion pennies across its various mint locations. But what sets the 1971 apart is its unique journey. The 1971 penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which had started its minting operation in 1937. While the San Francisco Mint primarily produced proof coins in this period, a small number of regular issue pennies were minted here as well. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1971 penny is part of a much smaller batch produced compared to the 1971 pennies made at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. It's the S mint mark on this coin that adds a little extra value. But it's not just any 1971 penny that will make you a fortune. Let's break down exactly what you need to look for. Condition is king when it comes to rare coins, and the 1971 penny is no exception. For most pennies from this year, their value is pretty standard, just 1 cent. However, when we talk about the ones that are worth thousands, we're looking at pennies in mint state grades. In mint state or MS grades, coins show no signs of wear and maintain their original shine. A 1971 penny in a high-grade MS 63 or better can fetch hundreds, and if it's in a perfect MS 70 grade, it can be worth thousands of dollars. That's right. A coin that cost only 1 cent to produce could potentially bring in $5,000 or more, depending on its condition. One of the reasons the 1971 penny is so valuable is because some of these coins were also struck as proof coins. Proof coins are specially made for collectors. They have a mirror-like finish and are struck multiple times to ensure the highest level of detail. If you find a 1971 proof penny in perfect condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, especially if it's from a limited edition or has unique characteristics. But here's the real kicker. Because most 1971 pennies are not in perfect condition, they're often overlooked. The key is finding one that has been well preserved over the years, perhaps tucked away in a drawer or passed down through generations. If you happen to come across one in exceptional shape, you could be holding a hidden treasure. So, how can you find a 1971 penny that's worth thousands? Look no further than your own coin jar, local coin shops, or online auctions. If you're hunting for one, be sure to check for the S mint mark, and always inspect the coin's grade before making a purchase or sending it off for professional grading. To determine the value of your 1971 penny, you'll want to have it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate the coin's condition, and based on its grade, you'll get a clear picture of its market value. Who would have thought that a coin from 1971 with a simple S mint mark could be worth thousands? Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newbie, always keep an eye out for these hidden gems. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing coin stories. And remember, you just might have a fortune in your pocket. We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in the world of numismatics. The 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This humble coin may seem ordinary, but in the right condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's explore its fascinating history, rarity, and value. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin tips and insights. The 1967 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running series that has featured President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. But there's something special about the 1967 coin that makes it a gem among collectors. Let's take a closer look at the history behind this coin. Close-up of a 1967 Lincoln penny with text, 1967 Lincoln penny history. 1967 was a year marked by political change and cultural shifts, but in the world of coinage, it was also notable for the lack of a mint mark on the Lincoln penny. Normally, pennies from the United States are stamped with a mint mark to show where they were produced either in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, in 1967, the U.S. Mint made the rare decision to produce certain coins without mint marks, especially those from the Philadelphia Mint. Footage of coin minting process with a Philadelphia Mint sign visible. So, why did the 1967 penny not have a mint mark? Well, the U.S. Mint typically stamps coins with mint marks to identify where they were made. In 1967, the U.S. Mint started producing coins at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark for the first time in decades. This was a result of a shift in coin production practices during the late 1960s. The absence of a mint mark on the 1967 penny was an intentional move. Close-up of a 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with rare label. While most coins from this era have a mint mark, the 1967 no-mint Mark penny stands out because it's rarer. Most 1967 pennies were minted in Philadelphia without a mark, but their value has risen significantly in average condition. The 1967 penny is worth around 1 to 2 cents. But here's the catch. When found in exceptional condition, like MS-65 or higher, they can be worth hundreds of dollars, and in rare cases, even thousands. A high-quality 1967 penny alongside a coin slab showing MS-65 grading. So, what makes a 1967 no-mint Mark penny worth thousands? It's all about condition and rarity. While most of these pennies are circulated and in average condition, finding one in mint condition or with specific unique features can significantly raise its value. Key factors include sharp details, luster, and know-where marks. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for pristine specimens. Chart of coin grading scale with examples of MS-65, MS-67, etc. To understand how valuable your 1967 penny might be, it's important to get it graded by a professional. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. If you have a 1967 penny graded as MS-65 or higher, you could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The highest graded examples have sold at auction for more than $10,000. A pile of coins, a magnifying glass, and a coin catalog. So, how do you find these rare and valuable pennies? Look through your change jar, coin rolls, or search through old collections. Keep an eye out for coins with sharp details, no wear, and no mint mark. And remember, the rarity and condition will determine its value. If you find one of these rare coins, don't just toss it aside. Could be worth much more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, make sure to check the condition of your pennies. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin insights. Happy collecting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing pennies in the history of U.S. currency. The 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Stick around, because this coin could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's explore its history and why it's so valuable today. In 1971, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln 1-cent coins, but here's the thing, most of them were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which, for most coins, means they would have a P mint mark. However, in 1971, There was a small batch of pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark at all. And that's where the mystery begins. These no mint mark pennies were produced alongside the usual P mint marked ones, and the absence of the mint mark makes them an oddity. This rarity stems from an era when mint marks were stamped to indicate where the coin was produced, with the Philadelphia Mint typically not using one for coins produced there. So why is this 1971 penny so valuable? Well, in the world of coin collecting, rarity is key. Most 1971 pennies can be found with the P mint mark, but the no mint mark variety is much rarer. This rarity, combined with its age, creates a demand among collectors. Now let's talk numbers. A regular 1971 penny with the P mint mark is worth only about 1 cent. Maybe a little more if it's in excellent condition. But the no mint mark 1971 penny, especially in uncirculated or proof quality, can fetch a serious price. At current market value, a 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny in average circulated condition might be worth anywhere from $5 to $10. But here's where it gets interesting. In uncirculated or EMS 65 grade or higher, these pennies can easily sell for several $100s, sometimes reaching over $1,000. And for those in pristine condition, particularly those with a rare red finish, we've seen prices go well beyond $1,000, and sometimes even into the thousands. That's right, thousands for a penny. All because of that lack of a mint mark and its rarity in uncirculated form. Now, you might be wondering, how can I find a 1971 no mint mark penny? If you're searching through rolls of pennies or your coin collection, look carefully. The key is to check the reverse side of the penny for that missing mint mark. If you've got one in uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. So, there you have it, the 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a rare find that can be worth thousands if you get your hands on one in the right condition. As always, the key to success in coin collecting is knowledge and patience. We're diving into the fascinating story of a specific Lincoln penny that's been making waves in the numismatic world. The 1951 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent. You might have one of these in your collection without realizing it's worth thousands of dollars. Let's explore its history and why it can be so valuable today. First, let's talk about the history of the 1951 Lincoln penny. This coin, struck during a pivotal time in American history, is part of the post-World War II era, a period of significant change. The Lincoln penny, featuring President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the wheat ears on the reverse, was a symbol of prosperity and growth. By 1951, the U.S. economy was booming, as the country was transitioning into a period of consumer-driven growth. But while the country was experiencing prosperity, not all coins from this time were created equal. Some coins from the year 1951 carry a unique distinction, which brings us to our main topic, the 1951 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, you might notice something interesting. The 1951 Lincoln penny, unlike some other years, does not have a mint mark on the reverse side. This is important because it means the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint usually have no mint mark, so it's easy to miss the significance of this detail. Why is this important? Well, for years, the Philadelphia Mint was the primary mint producing pennies. In 1951, coins from other mints like Denver and San Francisco typically had mint marks. But Philadelphia's were simply marked as no mint mark, which has led to some confusion among collectors. So why are these 1951 no mint mark pennies worth so much today? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Though millions of 1951 pennies were struck, the condition of the coin and any rare minting errors are what really push its value into the thousands. A penny in mint state condition, particularly one graded MS-65 or higher, can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Some examples with rare errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, are even more valuable. A well-preserved 1951 no mint mark penny could be worth anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s, depending on its grade and unique characteristics. If you're lucky enough to have a 1951 no mint mark penny in your collection, check its condition. Look for sharp details, minimal wear, and if you spot any unusual minting flaws, you may have a coin worth far more than its face value. Coins with rare characteristics or minting errors can sometimes command auction prices in the tens of thousands of dollars. If you ever come across a 1951 no-mint mark penny with a rare feature or in excellent condition, don't let it slip through your fingers without getting it properly appraised. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always remember that it's not just about the year a coin was made. It's about the condition, rarity, and sometimes even those little minting quirks that make a coin truly valuable. In summary, the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny holds a special place in the history of American coinage. While it may not be the rarest penny in the world, its value, especially in top condition or with minting errors, has seen a significant rise in recent years. So, keep your eyes peeled and your magnifying glass handy, because this little penny could be worth more than you think.